A lot of our parents or those who invested in the stock market in the 80s and 90s lost money because of so many reasons. But one of the most glaring was that most of the stock market then, if not all of them, were paper based. So they were like stock certificates and all that, paper based. So if you lost your paper, your certificates, it took a lot of time to find it and to reconcile things. And then information wasn't as quickly disseminated as it is today. So a company could be going really bankrupt or doing badly for months and you wouldn't know. And so people will go ahead and buy their stocks without all those information at their disposal. So all that led to so many people losing money. Some of them lost their certificates, some didn't know where they were, some of the companies even went defunct and they did not know. So a lot of things happened. But fast forward to the late 90s, mid-90s, late 90s, when things started getting digitized gradually, then into the 2000s and the rest, as information dissemination boomed, it was now easy to start getting information, sometimes in real time or sometimes maybe just a day or two apart. So information was becoming more available and the Nigerian economy was now consolidating the stock exchanges, all right? So we move in a few years, 5 years, 10 years, and today is a different ballgame entirely. The stock market is highly consolidated, all right, doing very well and still growing, all right. Of course, not the biggest in Africa yet, but it's doing very well considerably in recent years. And information is almost at the speed of, at speed of light. Let me put it that way. Most of the necessary information you need, of course, there are some that are not readily available yet, but it is way better than it has ever been. It is hard to lose your stocks or your certificate these days because everything is digital. Even if you lose your phones and all that, you can also still get it at SEC office and through your brokers and all that. So today is a lot easier to participate in the stock exchange with real time, real information and correct data for you to do your analysis and be able to participate than it was many years ago. So many that lost theirs years ago, it was just as a result of maybe the era they lived in, the timing they lived in. It was unfortunate. Some people are still recovering theirs, those that could still find their certificate and all that, and that's if the company even still exists, all right? So, but that's why a lot of our parents, a lot of people that went to the stock market very early and all that, because some people will be saying that, yeah, if they bought this stock in 1970 or 1962, who knows whether you still that you have still had them till now. You don't just know. Some of those companies are defunct today. Some of them are not doing as well. Very few survive till today. All right. So you're not late yet. If you learn very well, you can still invest and all that. Remember, this is about protecting your money and growing your income. Apparently, of course, the stock is not the get rich quick scheme, even though some stocks, some listed stock can blow and all the stuff like that, but it's something that compounds over time. All right, so understand your analysis, get the right information at the right time, deal with the right brokers and all that, and you prevent yourself this loss. But it's far way more difficult right now to lose all that in this generation than some 20-30 years ago. So that's why most of our parents and people that were involved in stocks back then like that, lost money and all that, and why it is much more difficult for that to happen in this time around because of maybe certificate loss and all that. Of course, you can lose money if you do your wrong analysis or something happens, policies and all that. There's risk in everything, but it's just about you taking calculated risk whenever you need to do what you need to do. All right, so learn more about the stock market. There are good channels out there, there are good outlets out there where you can learn more about them and know how to place your investments in the best way possible. All right, if this was of value to you, you can subscribe, you can share, you can watch it again, and at least you know why those things happen and why some people that had shares that their parents bought are not able to make money out of it today. For some of them that they bought like 2 naira, they're now like 10 kubo and all that. You now understand why. If lack of information, everything was manual, it wasn't consolidated and all that. So that's why those things happen. But today is a different story and things are moving better. Now I wish you all the best.